Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So Microsoft is busy finalizing our next optional bug fix C-release update for Windows 11, 24, and 25H2. And the next update rolling out over the next couple of days is KB5089573. And it's undergoing its final testing in the release preview channel. Before rolling out, I would suggest starting Tuesday the 26th in that last week of May 2026. On its normal scheduled rollout cadence. So just over the next couple of days. Now, with this update, we get 5 new features. Now, compared to previous optional updates, that's not too many new features. So this is the lowest so-called amount of new features we've had with an optional update for quite some time. And all the features and improvements and fixes I'm going to mention now are all rolling out gradually. So when it does make it to the general public, as mentioned, in the next couple of days, you may or may not see all of these features and improvements. Now, first of all, the first one is something I have posted on previously, where there's a new feature for shared audio, with Microsoft saying shared audio enables 2 people to listen to the same audio from a single Windows 11 PC at the same time. It uses Bluetooth LE audio broadcast technology to make sharing easy. For example, you can watch a movie while traveling or listen to music while studying together. To start sharing audio, you would open your quick settings from the taskbar, and when it does become available, it will be on this page, this menu. You would select shared audio, choose 2 supported paired and connected devices, and then select start sharing. And I actually think that's a nice move in the right direction. And then for magnifier, there's 2 new features and an improvement, where Microsoft says the first new feature for magnifier is it now provides clearer and more consistent announcements when working with a screen reader. And the second new feature for magnifier now supports magnification of permitted protected content. And the update also improves smoothness when moving magnifier in lens mode. So quite a bit of focus on the accessibility magnifier feature. And then for Task Manager, there's a new feature, with Microsoft saying Task Manager now offers improved visibility into NPU, which is the neural processing unit, usage on PCs with an NPU, so it's hardware specific. New optional NPU and NPU engine columns are now available on the processors, users, and details pages, along with NPU dedicated memory and NPU shared memory optional columns on the details page. So when that rolls out and you have an NPU, you will find it on those mentioned pages in Task Manager. Microsoft also says that the update improves CPU speed display on the performance page of Task Manager for VMs, so it doesn't show higher than unexpected numbers after resuming from Hibernate. So that's a small niggly issue if you are using a VM. That's been sorted out. And then there's a new feature for camera. Microsoft says Windows 11's multi-app camera feature now allows multiple applications to access your camera stream at the same time. And there's an improvement, a general performance improvement, where the update accelerates app launch and core shell experiences such as Start Menu, Search, and Action Center. And then for Windows Hello, there are 2 improvements. The update optimizes the WinBio service to help reduce latency when resuming after modern standby. And the update reduces Windows Hello enhanced sign-in security authentication, unexpected blocks by resolving missing secure enrollment metadata. So 2 improvements for Windows Hello. And then for storage, there are 2 improvements. So if we quickly head into our system, storage, Microsoft says the first one is the dialog is updated when creating a dev drive to now support specifying the size in gigabytes instead of only megabytes, and I think that's a nice move. This has also been added when changing the size of volumes under Settings, System, Storage, and that's where you change your volumes if you head to Advanced Storage Settings, Disks and Volumes, as you may well know. And then while we are on the storage page, Microsoft says And then while we are on the storage page, Microsoft says it's updated the setting system storage. So rather than seeing a UAC prompt, a user account control prompt, immediately when you go to the page, you'll only see it when going to view temporary files, which I do think is a nice move. That previous setup was a little bit annoying, and I did post on that. And then for personalization, Microsoft says the update improves color selection accuracy when adjusting your accent color to match your wallpaper when the automatic accent color selection is enabled in personalization settings. And the update also improves wallpaper persistence, reliability across restarts and upgrades, including better support for large resolution wallpapers and other scenarios to prevent solid color wallpaper fallback. So 2 improvements for personalization. And then we also get 2 improvements for USB, where the update improves reliability for displays attached to USB 4 docks and hubs. These displays now light up more consistently, Microsoft says, particularly when coming out of standby. Second improvement, the USB 3 stack is updated to have additional resiliency and recovery measures in place against certain unexpected hardware faults and conditions. Users will experience higher reliability with USB devices. So 2 improvements for USB. Then moving on, there's an update for sensors where it improves resiliency against apps that could keep the sensor hub powered on and drain power, impacting battery life. So that's also a step in the right direction. And the update improves battery life related to the HRD input stack for failed HRD devices. And then for input, we get 3 improvements. The first is the update improves reliability of invoking the touch keyboard on the login screen when inputting your password to sign in or changing your password. Reliability of the Explorer.exe, which is the shell of your computer, start menu, taskbar, and so on. When closing, it's improved the reliability of Explorer.exe when closing the input switcher, and it improves performance of invoking or navigating to clipboard history. So 3 input improvements rolling out. And for fonts, apparently Microsoft says the Times new Roman font family is updated to improve the rendering of combining diacritical marks across Greek and Cyrillic scripts. And then for Task Scheduler, which is one of those legacy components of the operating system, Microsoft says Task Scheduler will now persist column width adjustments in task list view across sessions. And I actually think that's one of those small yet significant changes, which is definitely a nice move. And then for desktop icons, if you have icons on your desktop, the update improves reliability of loading desktop app icon shortcuts. And for the Microsoft Store, Microsoft says there are 2 improvements. The first is the update includes underlying changes to improve download performance and bandwidth usage. And the update improves error reporting when downloads fail because of Windows Update group policy being enabled. 2 more to go. The update improves Windows reliability on the sign-in and lock screens in File Explorer when using touch gestures on touch screen devices when changing themes in settings. And then the last one to mention, which is something Microsoft has been rolling out over the last couple of months, is the secure boot certificates, where it's updating older certificates to the newer ones, because the older certificates first rolled out, I think, back in 2011, are expiring next month in June. So I have posted quite a bit of in-depth content on that. So just do a search accordingly if you'd like some more information. So guys, that's it. That's more or less what's new. 5 new features, a whole lot of improvements and fixes and stability improvements, and that's with KB5089573, which is going to be rolling out over the next couple of days to the general public. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.